Hello students, today we begin new chapter of geography, chapter number 3, tides. It starts with the two photographs. Observe the following pictures, answer the questions given below and discuss. Do the above photographs show the same place or different places? Observe and note the spread of water seen in both the photographs. What is this natural event called? Dear students, the lesson starts with the two photographs. Now, let us see the geographical explanation. Both the photographs show the same place. If you stay near the coast for some time, you will realize that the sea water is sometimes very close to the coast, while at the other times it is far away from the coast. We call these movements of the sea water tides. Dear students, sometimes the water is very close to the coast, while at other times it is far away from the coast. These movements of the sea water is called tides. As you can see, the figure 3.1a, it is near to the coast, and as you can see the figure 3.1b, it is far away from the coast. Bearing a few exceptions, all the coast on the earth experience tides. High and low tides are natural phenomenon. The students, here tides are two types, high tide and low tide. Let us try to understand the scientific reason behind these natural events. Tides are movements of sea water occurring daily and regularly. The level of sea water changes after a specific period of time. After every 12 hours and 25 minutes, a cycle of high tide and low tide gets completed. My dear students, it's a cycle of high tide and low tide which gets completed after every 12 hours and 25 minutes. This regularly occurring event appears to be quite simple and natural. However, it is directly related to the sun, the moon, and the earth, and the gravitational and centrifugal force that interact between them. Dear students, try this. Keep a small stone or a chalk piece on your notebook and move the notebook from left to right with some force. Dear students, here the girl is moving a notebook with force. The second is, take water in a small container which has a handle. See what happens if the container is whirled around the force. Fill the mixer jars with water and switch on the mixer. Observe. My dear students, do this activity under the supervision of your parents. Observe a fan and a slingshot while they are moving. Take half a glass of water. Slowly move the glass in one direction in circular fashion. Observe what happens to the water. Here, the boy is moving the glass with water. Next to this, observe what happens if you whirl a key ring around a finger. Here, as you can see, the girl is whirling the key ring. Can you tell? On the basis of the questions given below, discuss the results of the activities listed above. First one, in which direction did the piece of chalk fall? Where did the water in the glass show bulge? What effect did the movement have on the things attached to the keyring? What happened to the water in the container and the mixer? Which forces could be operating in activities listed above? In which activities did you find that the centrifugal or gravitational force was greater? My dear students, you can do these activities at home under the guidance of your parents and observe and discuss the results of these activities. Write down in the notebooks. Now let us start geographical explanation. In all the activities, the effect of the centrifugal force is visible. My dear students, as you will do the activities at home, you will notice that the effect of the centrifugal force is visible. The centrifugal force acts in the direction opposite to the gravitational force. Dear students, you can see the figure of gravitational force and centrifugal force. Gravitational force acts in the direction opposite to the centrifugal force. Let us see what is meant by centrifugal force. Centrifugal force means going away from the center. The force which goes away from the center is called centrifugal force. You must have experienced it too. At the local fairs, if you sit in a Ferris wheel, you sit, spins and leans outward away from the wheel. This also is an effect of centrifugal force. Now, dear students, we will conduct this activity when our school will be open. The activity is, we can divide the students into two equal teams and we will conduct a game of tug of war for 5 minutes and then we will discuss their experience in the class. Now let us start the centrifugal and gravitational force. First, we are going to learn about centrifugal force. Due to its rotation, the earth gets a type of power or force. This force works away from the center. My dear students, because of its rotation, the earth gets a type of power or force. This force works away from the center. It is called centrifugal force. Dear students, the force which works away from the center is called centrifugal force. Then, due to this force, any object on the earth would be thrown into the space. However, the gravitational force is working towards the center of the earth at the same time. My dear students, because of this force, any object on the earth, means if you can throw any object on the earth into the space, that time the gravitational force is working towards the center of the earth, and this force is many times greater than the centrifugal force. Hence, any object on the surface of earth remains at the same where it exists. Dear students, observe the figure, that is gravitational force and centrifugal force. Here three diagrams are given. North pole. The diagram is North pole with South pole, and the diagram which shows gravitational and centrifugal force. Here C means gravitational force. Sorry, my dear students, C means centrifugal force and G means gravitational force. Dear students, here as you observe this figure, in the first North pole, here at the North pole, the forces is moving left side, whereas at the South pole the forces are moving right side. So these forces are opposite to each other. So here in the last, that is North pole, middle point is mentioned there, G and C. G means gravitational force and C means centrifugal force. Already we have learned what is a gravitational force and what is centrifugal force. My dear students, read the chapter carefully and try to understand this. My dear students, draw this diagram in the notebook. This is for assignment. This is assignment for you. So draw the figures and complete your assignment. Remaining part of this chapter, that is tides, types of tides, we will learn in our next video. Thank you, and have a nice day.